So here we are, week 70, divine flow, keeping the faith in the spiritual journey. And the vision that I had today was, it didn't look exactly like an hourglass, but it did have that shape. It was more like a funnel, but it felt, now this is, when I see the visions, I have a feeling with them as well. So it's almost like the feeling gives me more information about what I'm actually seeing. So while it had the shape of the hourglass, and it was certainly filled with sand, and the sand were filtering through, it felt like a sieve. It felt like the sands were being sieved, and the more coarse grains were staying on top, and the finer grains were sieving through and coming into the bottom. And this takes time, but it was also, I guess, it was quite sharp, like a funnel, and feeding the sands coming through. And I just knew that this was to do with divine timing and allowing ourselves to leave behind the more unrefined parts of ourselves and coming into a more refined state. And of course, we are day 3 into the Lion's Gateway. Lion's Gate opens on the 26th of July every year and closes on the 12th of August. And it peaks on the 8th of August, the 8th of the 8th. So it's the 8-8 Lion's Gate. And so because we are in the astrological sign now of Leo, obviously we can see where the lion comes from in that sense, but also the energies of Lion's Gate are the energies that are coming through from Sirius. And Sirius is habited, one of the Sirius stars of Sirius is habited by lion and cat-like beings, which are highly evolved in the ascension. They lead us through the ascension. And this is also connected very much with ancient Egypt. And the Nile usually comes right up at this time of the year. And the star Sirius is the brightest star in the sky. So from around the 26th, 27th of July, Sirius becomes really bright in the night sky. And the ascension frequencies that come through from Sirius are really powerful at this time. So the 8th, it becomes like the planetary new year. So the 8th of the 8th marks the planetary new year, where we're receiving these very powerful ascension frequencies that are coming through for us. So it's like we do literally have to leave behind the coarser parts of ourselves, because in order to be able to receive the more refined frequencies to take us further on our ascension process, to lead us forward. And the Sirius energies are connected to Isis, because the star Sirius is known as Isis as a star. And so this is the divine feminine, or the divine mother energy. And at this time is when Sirius aligns with the Orion's belt aligns with the pyramids in Giza. And so Sirius and Orion are becoming aligned. So Orion is Osiris energy. So we have the divine father, we have the divine mother, divine masculine, divine feminine. So they're becoming aligned at this time. So it's a very powerful time for the divine masculine, divine feminine. And of course, when you look at ascension, this is obvious, because you must be fully aligned with your divine masculine and divine feminine. You must come at one with that. So when you look at the 8th of the 8th, you have an 8 and an 8. So we have the masculine and the feminine energies both holding and working together with the heaven and earth energies. So we're actually bringing through the frequencies of heaven to earth at this particular time. And having said that, Sirius is known as, if there could be a place that we would call heaven, it is Sirius, because this is where the Ascension, University of Ascension, comes through from Sirius. So it's a very, very powerful time. So we're only day 3 into it. We're in the very beginning. So there's a lot of new energies coming through. You'll probably feel all sorts of different symptoms going on over the next couple of weeks while we're in this window, and we're leading up to it day by day, obviously. And so tonight, so we will be receiving codes today, and also we're just leaving July, which, you know, it's the 70th session tonight. We're in the 7th month, and this is our last session for the 7th month as we leave this time, which is about divine time. So, you know, yes, definitely the vision of the sands of time, showing the sands of time moving through as we are leaving the 7th month. And so that we're receiving the keys and the codes that activate that for us as we move forward into the 8th month. And the 8th month will be more about bringing that heaven and earth together, and the unconditional love, and not being easily able to forgive and come into the space of unconditionality, and balancing that heaven and earth here on earth, bringing heaven down, bringing the frequencies through as we work with the energies of the Stargate, Lion Stargate. So the cards that I drew today, the first card that actually came out was the Four of Wands. So, you know, here we have Isis and we have Osiris. What more can I say? We have the masculine and the feminine coming forward in celebration, saying, you know, we're arriving into that point of the 8-8 gate, which is where we're receiving those higher frequencies of the ascension. And the second card that came up was the Fool. So here we have purity, absolute purity, which is what we are doing. We are purifying, we are refining all the healing that we've been going through all year. We are reaching a pinnacle point here where it is time to let go and jump off, take a leap of faith. You know, here we are in the 70th session. You know, that more or less is take a leap of faith, you know, be totally in your spiritual self, the purity of all, and be willing to move forward, rise above things, but at the same time, you know, let go of all the baggage. You don't need to take very much with you, because the more you take, the harder it is, and then there's just more, you know, grudging stuff to go through. So the third card, the power card, is the Ace of Wands. And so you can see this really is about receiving new energies. You've balanced your masculine and feminine. You're coming home together. You're coming home together into ascension. You'll really reach that point of liberation and freedom, and you're willing to take the steps further, and you are being granted this new, beautiful new energies and new growth, purity being offered to us by the God source. And the next card is the Tower card. So, you know, this is like, we have to go through an awakening. We have to really let that go. Now, maybe you will go through this in the next week, or maybe it'll actually happen after the gateway. But, you know, it's possible that in this next week, you may actually have to really start to shed, really start to let go of the old, and your world is being torn down so that you can have this rising energy to receive the higher frequencies. So to get that to go home, you actually have to be brave enough to let go and let everything be torn down, let your world be stripped apart, so that you can become fresh and new and more youthful. And, you know, he's really quite, the page here, he's very youthful, and he's looking at new ideas and new opportunities that are coming forward after the gateway comes through to us. And here we have the King of Wands again. So this is like, there's the page is young and youthful, but here, which is the new energy that's coming through, where we will feel fresh and new and vibrant. But this is also showing you that you have the ability to change. And you have mastered that ability. So yes, you've taken all of those opportunities and you've become more of a master. So while you feel quite young and vibrant, you're actually also holding that balance of the more mature side that actually knows how to move forward into transformation, holding steady that growth that you have brought with you. And the final card, the 7th card, which is, I mean, we will have 2 more cards, of course, after when we do the keys and codes, but for this particular part of the reading today, this is the last card. It's the 7th card. So it's trust, the trust card, and keep the faith. So this is like, you know, you have taken on a lot of growth. You have, and you're carrying that forward, but it sometimes feels really heavy when you go through these growth processes. But he's almost there. So it's like, don't quit now. You know, don't fall down too hard when you go through this. You can do it. You know, you can do it. You can get there. You're almost there. And we are almost there, because the 8th is only 10 days away. So it's only 10 days away. We are nearly there. So just keep going, keep going. Continue to purify, continue to meditate every day, continue to keep your thoughts high and positive. You need to keep your thoughts high and positive. That's what this guy is asking you to do. Stay positive, think forward, and keep your thoughts in a positive state of mind, so that makes it easier for you to get to the finish line. And after the finish line, of course, comes the rewards, and as we move forward. So yes, tonight is the final one of July. It's been a really interesting month of keys and codes, and so looking forward to seeing. It is definitely about divine timing. So we've done the hard yards. It's been more of a neither here, neither there type month, where things just go with the flow and things just happen if you did allow yourself to be in that space. So it is about timing and letting go. And this is the last session. And next Monday, we move into really, there will be a lot of rewards seen in the month of August. So be ready for that. So, and you know, rest as much as you can, although I think you might find that in the days to come, things are going to start speeding up. Things are just going to start happening, and rewards are going to start coming forward for you for the work that you have already put in. And so you need to be on the ball, more or less, and you certainly need to be aligned. So it's bringing your awareness every day to being sure that you are totally in alignment. So start your mornings with meditation every day, and it only has to be 5 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever, to start your day fresh and start your day aligned, to make yourself move forward a lot easier, because there will be a lot of rewards and a lot of, you know, if you haven't done things quite so well, you might have to face a few things, you know. If you want to call it karma, it's up to you, but you know, it's more or less like a reap and sow type month. But certainly there could be a lot of rewards and things happening quite fast in the month of August. So but also remember that it is about being aligned, your heaven and earth. You need to bring, if you look at the number 8, we have the number 8. It's the infinity symbol as well, remember, turned upwards. So there's a gateway, definitely that gateway happening to the higher consciousness. So if you want to be able to tap into the wisdom of the higher consciousness, of course you need to be well prepared and purified. So tonight we're going to leave behind the more coarse, more dense parts of ourselves, and we are only going to savor the more refined parts of ourselves to take forward into the 8th month and towards the Lion's Gateway. So I'm looking forward to that. See you out there.